So you better run. You get away. Go. Simba runs. Nobody sees him no more. Remind you like Moses is, huh? Remember Moses was in the temple and all that stuff happened? Did he end up running to go to the wilderness? He ended up going away. So the deceiver can get his place so he can try to become king at that moment. So as this is going on, and I'm just about done because I got one more clip after this. It says this, I got 4 different clips, and they was powerful to me. There's a part up there where he says, run away from his problems. Instead of running to his parents, instead of running to say what happened or whatever, he ran. He ran with his issues and his problems stored within him. And he ran from his past. He was like, you know what, if I run from my past and not face it and deal with it, I'm going to become a better person. This was amazing. You go to the next part. He ended up coming into the wilderness and into the world where he meets 2 people. Pumbaa and Timon. He meets them. Now God is mentioning to me, and I was like, what about going there? They're like the funniest ones from the movie. What is this? He said, understand this. The way that Pumbaa and Timon operated was the way of the world. He said, so when the opportunity of the king to come in there, they asked him the first question. And what did Simba say? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to do this. That was an opportunity for him to let them know who he was. Who he was as a king. Who he was. That's like our opportunity. Now that we have done so much wrong, we have done this, we have done that, and we get caught up into our situations, that we get into the world, and then the opportunity for us to minister, we sit there and say, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to represent God right now. I don't want to talk about it. I'm cool. So as this happens, they give Simba the wisdom and the knowledge that they have. And the wisdom and the knowledge which we hear Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. They was outcast. He said, so now you're an outcast like us. If the world turns their back on you, you turn your back on them. Bottom line, don't worry about anything else, since there's no worries. Because if we just don't worry about nothing, we're going to be happy for the rest of our days. He told them, but that was the way they was living. And then it gets amazing because then they get to a part right here, and it says a word stored in your heart. They're sitting down looking up in the stars. And they're, the 2, well, I can say the worldly ones is talking about what they believe. And Simba sits there and says, well, somebody told me this. Instead of saying the Father told me this, instead of us saying Jesus told me, somebody. See, when we're out of our comfort zone, it's not about Jesus and God, it's about what somebody told me this. Somebody this, somebody that. It's not about God no more, because it's about who this somebody is. Understand that that's the Spirit still speaking out of you. So, when he tells his part on what he believes with the star, they start laughing at him. And when he laughed, it made him get more lower within himself, like, I don't want to talk about this, because look, they're already laughing at what I just said. I didn't have to say Jesus, and they're laughing at me. And he walked away, and then one of them was like, did I say something? You know, he don't know. So then, all of a sudden, we get to this part, and then, like I said, we're about to be done. It says, remember your past. In the midst when he had the opportunity to speak who he was, he didn't do it. So it's awfully funny that somebody from his past had to show up to remind him who he was. Which was the young lady that went with him through thick and thin throughout the movie. And in the midst when she shows up, she's reminding him. He's happy, he's jumping in joy, and then all of a sudden, his friends was like, well, hold up, who is she? You told us you didn't have friends. Who is this and all whatever? So now he got exposed that he's really a child of God. Oh, what happens is sometimes that, and I use my sister Tierra, I said, that's just like saying the Transformers is out there doing what they're supposed to be doing. Out there having fun, you're a part of the world, and you know you're doing wrong or whatever. But then Sister Tierra shows up. Where you been? I haven't seen you at church. I haven't did this and you ain't did this. They be like, you go to church? You do what? Because she's going to stand up for who she knows she is. I said, see, this is like my sister. She's going to show up and be like, you may forgot who you were, but I know who you are. So can I help you get brought back to who you are? Because in your existence and what you're doing, it's not you. You're around surroundings and people that is not like you. But now somebody that's like you has come to help you, to remember who you are. A lot of us is in a position right now that sometimes we go through situations, but we need to be remembered. Sometimes we need to remember within ourselves who we are.